Hi guys, for this week's maths, I'm going to go through some examples of questions that were like the ones that we struggled with on the test paper this week. So you can watch this video and hopefully it'll help you realise how to work some of these questions out. So if you want to have another go at this paper and try and improve your score, you can do that this week. If you didn't really struggle with any of the questions this week, on that paper, then I would like you to have a go at the other paper I put on there, which will be the Year 6 paper. Okay, right, so people struggled with fraction questions a lot, okay? So, the first fractions questions that we got were really simple, so it just was like 4 sevenths, add 2 sevenths equals, and we just add the numerator on those, so we had 6 sevenths, okay? It got a little bit trickier after that because the denominator was different. So let's do, for example, 4/8 take away, or we'll do 3/8, sorry. 3/8 take away 1/4. Okay, so we have to turn this one into eighths to make it easy for ourselves. So whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So how am I going to make this 4 into an 8? I'm going to times it by 2. So this will become 8, and I have to do whatever I've done to the bottom, I have to do to the top, so I'm going to times that by 2. So 1/4 is the same as 2/8. Now I can do that much easier. So my new question says 3/8 take away 2/8 would equal 1/8. Okay? I hope that makes it a little bit clearer for you. Now the next thing that people struggled with was adding on mixed numbers to this. So for example, if I had 1 and 6 tenths, add 1 and 2 fifths. The first thing we need to do is make our denominators the same. So I'm going to keep my tenths. I'm going to change this into tenths, so I'll need to times it by 2. And well, I've done that to the bottom, so I need to do it to the top. So I've got 1 and 6 tenths, add 1 and 4 tenths. So 6 tenths add 4 tenths is 10 tenths, which I know is a whole. So I've got 1 whole, add 2 more wholes, so the answer would be 3 whole ones altogether. Okay? I hope that makes that a little bit more easy to try and answer some of those questions if you struggle with those. Right, quickly going to go through what squared means. So this was a question on the paper. I'm going to go through what 3 squared is. Squared means times by itself. So 3 squared is equal to 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. I hope you can all have a go at 4 squared now if you made a mistake on that one. Right, I'm going to do a quick times because quite a few people struggled with just timesing by 2-digit numbers because they forgot to carry the 0 down. So I'm going to go through a column multiplication. So for example, let's do 42 times 18. So I start in this column with my 8, the ones column, and I first times it by the ones column here. So 8 times 2 is 16. I put my 6 down, carry my 1. 8 times 4 is 32, add the 1, 33. Okay? Then I go into my tens column. I need to times my 10 by the 1, but it's already a 10, so I put my 0 down first. 1 times 2 is 1. No, it's not. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. So now I need to add those two numbers together. 6 add 0 is 6. 3 add 2 is 5. 3 add 4 is 7. So the answer to the question is 756. Okay? I hope that makes it a little bit easier to do sometimes. Okay? I'm going to quickly go through bus stop method now because some people really struggled with the divides. So if I've got 8, so I'm going to do 4,624 divided by 8. So 8 goes into 4 no times. 8 goes into 46, so I've got 8, 16, 24, 32. Can it go in one more time? 40. Yeah, so it can go in 5 times, and I've got 6 left over. 8 goes into 62, so I'm already at 40, 48, 56. Well, it can't go in one more time, can it? So I've got 7, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Got 6 left over. Okay? And the last one goes in 8 times. So my answer to that would be 578. I hope that helps you with bus stop method. Okay, the next thing that lots of people struggled with was finding a fraction of a number. So for example, we had a question that was like this: 2/6 of 2400. So 2/6 of 2400. So the first thing I needed to do was divide by the denominator. I always divide by the denominator first. So I've got 6 going into 2400. Okay? So how many 6's go into 2? 0. How many 6's go into 24? 4. How many 6's go into 0? 0, 0. So my answer is 400. Okay? But I've not finished because I've not got 1/6, I've got 2/6. So I need to times my 400 by 2. The answer is 800. Super simple. Okay, have a go at that. The next fractions one that we struggled with was a timesing one. So we had, say, 8/7 times 4. So to do this, we only times by the numerator. The denominator stays the same. It's still out of 7ths, so it's going to be out of 7ths. So 8 times 4, 32. So we've got, whoops, that's 7. 32/7, or we can make it into a mixed number. So how many 7's go into 32? So 7, 14, 21, 28, can't quite go 35, so there's 4 whole ones. And we've got 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, we've got 4 left over. So, and 4 7's. So it could be either 32/7 or 4 and 4 7's, okay? That's how you answered that question. Okay, some people really struggled with questions that had missing boxes. So for example, 74 add something equals 1000. That's an inverse question, so if you're struggling to work that out, if you know your number bonds, you might be able to do that quite easily, but if you're struggling to work that out, it's a takeaway. So I would do 1000, take away 74, and that would give me the answer, because I'm doing the opposite, the inverse to this addition. So I'm going to borrow 1 from here, I've got 0 left, borrow 1 from here, 9, borrow 1 from here, 9, 10 take away 4, 6, 9 take away 7, 2, 9 take away nothing, 9. So the number that should go in this box is 926. I hope that helps you work questions like that out. If you got any adding up question wrong, just make sure that you line up your columns correctly. So if you got the number 12,042 and you're adding on 1,921, you're going to put your 9,200, oh, I don't know what I said. Oh, well, I'll make a new number up. 9,221. Make sure they're in the right columns, because if you put the 9 in this column, you're going to get a very different answer. Okay? So just make sure you're lining up your columns correctly. Okay. I think, oh, one more that I want to go through. I wanted to say, if equals is at the front of your equation, don't overcomplicate it. It still says 4 add 6. So the answer is still 10. Just because the equals was moved to the front, don't let that bother you. Okay, the last thing I wanted to go through is timesing by 10 and 100. This is so easy and we still make mistakes on that. So, for example, if I do 62 times 10, we know that it jumps one place bigger. So I've got 10s here and I've got 1s. So my 6 goes into the hundreds column, so it becomes 600. My 2 goes into the tens column, so it becomes the 2. And because I've got nothing in that column, I put a 0, and the number becomes 620. Okay? Don't let it freak you out if there's a decimal point. It's exactly the same. If it's 6.2 times 10, we're going to do the same again, except this is the ones column. This is the tens column. We're going to move them again. This one's going to move into the tens column this time. 60. The 2's going to move into the ones column. 62. There's going to be nothing there, so it's just the number 62. If I'm timesing it by 100, I move it 2 places. So instead of it moving to the tens column, it moves 2 columns into the hundreds column. 6. 2 columns into the tens column. I've got nothing in my ones column, so I need a 0. The answer would be 620. I know I'm speaking really quickly, but these are all examples we've gone through. Okay, so have a watch of this video. See if you can answer some of the questions that you weren't able to answer this week during the test paper. Okay, have a go, have a go, have a go. I hope this helps you. And if you're still having any trouble, please send me a message and I will do my best to help you some more. Like I said, if you are feeling super confident, have a go at the Year 6 paper that I put online for you. Okay, see you next week, and I hope you do well with this job.